The year is 2275. Our home, the beautiful blue marble we once called Earth, is nothing but a memory. Gone are the lush green forests, the vast shimmering oceans, and the icy poles that once defined our world. In their place, sand, endless, sweeping dunes that stretch across continents, burying our past under a sea of golden grit. What was once America is now known only as the Western Dune Sea. A desolate wasteland where not one but two suns blaze in the scorched sky. One is our own, the familiar star that has nurtured life for eons, though it's now dimming. The other, the Helios orb, was our desperate solution, a colossal solar reactor placed in orbit a century ago. But our solution became our curse. The Helios burned too bright, boiling the oceans, scorching the skies, and turning our paradise into a planet-wide desert. Yet, humanity endures. We always do. From the ashes of the old world, new civilizations have clawed their way into existence. The remnants of the United States are now governed by a loose coalition, known as the Republic of Dust. Its citizens are traitors, scavengers, and survivors, living in sprawling cities built from the skeletons of fallen skyscrapers. Rusting metal towers reach for the twin suns. Surrounded by miles of humming wind turbines and solar collectors, their low drone like the ghostly song of a forgotten age. At the heart of this new world lies New Mos Vegas, a bustling trade hub erected on the ruins of the old Las Vegas Strip. Here, in what was once Nevada, holosigns flicker weakly over the dunes, casting an ethereal glow on cantinas filled with rogues, smugglers, and off-world merchants from the Martian and Europan colonies. In this arid land, a single drop of water is more valuable than gold. A currency controlled by daring pilots who risk their lives flying patched-together speeders between isolated settlements. But where there is scarcity, there is conflict. This chaotic new era has given rise to ruthless warlords who call themselves the Dune Lords. They rule through fear, wielding the remnants of old-world technology, scavenged battle tanks, autonomous drone armies, and soldiers, augmented with salvaged AI. The most powerful among them is Lord Caruth. From his fortress in Capitol Crater, built upon the buried ruins of Washington, D.C., he broadcasts his tyrannical decrees across the planet. He proclaims himself the protector of the human race. A hollow title for a man who enslaves water miners and crushes any who oppose his iron-fisted rule. Caruth's dominion is vast, his power seemingly absolute. But even in the deepest, darkest sands of this dying world, the embers of rebellion have begun to glow. Far from the grip of the Dune Lords, among the whispering wind farms of the old Midwest, a new hope is forming. They call themselves the Sons of the Wind. It all began with a young scavenger named Eli Vara. Born and raised in the shadow of the giant turbines, Eli stumbled upon a discovery that would change the fate of humanity. An ancient satellite core, a time capsule of pre-collapse knowledge. Buried within its databanks was something no one thought still existed, a complete star map. And with it, the precise coordinates of an old Earth Alliance colony. A hidden world, a paradise untouched by the desert plague that had consumed our planet. Eli's discovery, his dream of a new home among the stars, spread through the wasteland like wildfire. The downtrodden and the desperate began to call him the Windwalker, believing he was chosen by the spirits of the old world to lead them to a new dawn. Eli knew he couldn't do it alone. He gathered a small, unlikely crew of outcasts to join him on his quest. There was R5K9, a reprogrammed combat droid whose loyalty was now to a cause, not a master. Joining them was Tessa Vane, a former smuggling pilot whose skills behind the stick were legendary across the Dune Sea. And guiding their path was a wise, enigmatic elder known only as the Prophet of the Rusted Tower, a keeper of forgotten histories and prophecies. Together, this band of rebels set out on an impossible journey across the burning sands. Their mission clear: to unite the fractured settlements of Earth and find a way to escape the dying world that was once their home. They would have to face the Dune Lords, navigate treacherous landscapes, and convince a broken people to believe in hope once more. As the twin suns began their slow descent, casting long, distorted shadows across the dunes, Eli stood on a cliff overlooking the shimmering lights of Numos Vegas. The air warped in the heat, creating mirages that danced on the horizon. In the distance, he could just make out the faint, ghostly outline of a buried city. Perhaps the ancient metropolis of Los Angeles, sleeping beneath centuries of sand. A profound sadness and a fierce determination washed over him. He looked out at the endless desert, a monument to his ancestors' hubris, and whispered into the wind, "We turned our paradise into Tatooine." But maybe, somewhere out there, the stars still remember what Earth once was. With those words hanging in the cooling air, he turned his back on the past. He and his crew disappeared into the growing twilight of the wastes, two small figures, chasing a glimmer of hope among the distant, silent stars. Their journey had just begun, a single story in a world of sand, a testament to the idea that even in a dying world, humanity's spirit will always search for a new horizon. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the sands of a dying Earth. If you love epic sci-fi stories and want to see where Eli's quest leads, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next chapter. We've got so many more tales to tell from this world and others. Let us know in the comments what you think will happen next. We read every single one. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.